Good afternoon, everyone. David DuByne from Mini Ice Age Conversations Podcast and Adapt2030.tv Roku. Blizzard inbound. With record cold down to the southeast U.S., high-level volcanic eruption ash to 50,000 feet Indonesia, iridescent clouds in the U.K., and watch the electric current transversing a magnetic field line as the polar magnetic water continues and the jet streams go out of flow. And reading through the financial news, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup all now say this is the time to buy gold. And now that the election's over, we have clear signs from analysts that gold and silver is preparing to soar to new highs. A gold IRA uses the value of precious metals to keep you out of trouble. The team at Noble Gold knows how to do this, and they've done it for thousands of other people before you. Don't let a sudden stock market, banking crisis, or currency reset wipe out your finances. Grab the phone and give Noble Gold a call now. 877-646-5347, and you'll also find the link in the description box below the video. And all eyes on Canada and the United States. Winter storm from Ontario to the Great Lakes and clear down into the southeast U.S. Record cold expected for Florida. But those of you around the Great Lakes in the Canadian border area, looking at around 22, 23 inches of snow at the maximum. That'll be on the 30th of November or the 1st of December, so be careful out there. Incredible 60 to 80 mile an hour winds are expected along with this multi-day storm that's going to sweep through. And on the tail end of that, it's a scorpion whip, if you will, with temperatures dropping off this GFS model chart here set for the 1st of December. That dark black is colder than the 14 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit, Celsius. And snow is expected to accompany that as it dips south as well over the 1st and 2nd of December. This will ease out a little bit, and temperatures will only be about 18 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Fahrenheit lower than normal anywhere you see in the white. Or the black still continues to peg off the chart right down in over East Tennessee. And you know what? I'll be here to cover the storm live in real time, show you some details of the wind and the snow accumulations. And a viewer of mine on Twitter sent me and said, hey, with all the snow going on, did you also know that in Calgary, it was the earliest start to the ski season in 95 years? And I said, no, I did not. Thank you for that link off of CTV Calgary. And I remembered being told snow would be a thing of the past, but politicians always want to say something to get more funds diverted into private friends' pockets. Down to Indonesia. High-level eruption warning right off the watchers here. Ash up to 50,000 feet. Now, these equatorial eruptions have the most effect in terms of spreading ash through Earth's atmosphere. So this eruption occurred at the equator. And then what happens is the cloud cells from 0 degrees at the equator pull that up to 30 degrees north and also 30 degrees south. And then the ash begins to circulate there, and it's exchanged between the cloud cells from 30 degrees north or south up to the 60 degree north or south. And then finally, again, like a bicycle chain, exchange in the atmosphere to higher latitudes and ultimately to either the North or South Pole. Regional eruptions, such as Cascadia, they never make it down to the equator. They don't go south unless you're in the southern hemisphere. So northern hemisphere eruptions, let's say Cascadia, is just going to continue traveling up north, and it'll finally find its way up in the Arctic Circle, and it'll end there. That's the thing that makes equatorial eruptions so much more devastating in effects of agriculture and sun dimming, because it's transferred through all the cloud cells and it covers the entire planet versus being in the more regional. If it erupts at 30 degrees, it's only going to be brought up to 60 and then 60 to 90. Or if there's a 62 degree north latitude eruption, it's going to be confined in that top cloud cell. It's not going to move south. It just doesn't work that way. So when you're taking a look at eruptions and effects on agriculture, make sure you look at where it is on the latitude and how much effect that will have, not only going around the entire globe, but where it's going to be locked in so it can't transverse further back. And then you get a good indication of where the ash is going to drop out what areas crop production-wise will be affected. All eyes should be on the equator. The higher you go in the northern latitudes, southern latitudes, the less effect there is, unless it's a regional effect. And another incredibly interesting phenomenon, Steve, which was only reported in 2017. The new plasma rope that you're seeing, that's a magnetic field line of the Earth, and the plasma filament is following the magnetic field line down. It's electrified to the point where it's starting to glow where you can see it with your eyes. A magnetic field line electrified. And the reason that it's the picket fence instead of the entire sky, the voltage is creating that effect where the atoms are changing, but you're seeing it with your eyes. This is an electric sky event here. And if you were to intensify that current coming in, and the other plasma rope were to connect those straight green pegs, if you will, Jacob's ladder emerges from the skies. And so do several other types of petroglyphs that we see in the canyons across our world. And how lucky are we to see signs in the skies that haven't been seen for thousands of years? And to bring you with some incredible beauty here out of the UK, Kent. This is the UK storm chasers, iridescent clouds. The more electrical input there is into the system, the more colorful things will become. A kaleidoscope in the future. And how prepared are you for these changes if you're unable to purchase food? Are you able to store it yourself if you have the Mylar bags? My Patriot Supply and Adapt 2030, water filtration, Mylar bags if you do want to pack yourself, or the food already pre-packed. Things are definitely changing. I do appreciate you watching the video. Hope you found something interesting in it, and I'll see you next time.